linear regression assignment that I'm going to have you guys do. And you can find that in D2L in the assignments folder. You can open up linear regression. There should be a PDF associated with that, along with some instructions associated with that. You don't have to open up the PDF to get this. But basically what I want you to do is I want you to collect some data and fit an equation to it. So data could be something like what I have here, where I wrote down the mileage of my car, and how many days that I had owned it. And it plots, a reasonably straight line here. So there's instructions as to how to get some of this stuff into Desmos is on one of the links there that is going to be in that PDF and in the instructions. So there's a nice little video that shows you how to do that stuff. But once you have your data plotted like this, I want you to try and figure out the equation of a line. And by try and figure out, I really mean Desmos is going to figure it out for you. If you just type in something like this, type in the y and then a 1, and then the tilde, for those of you who've taken Spanish, you'll see a tilde, and then a, x, and then type the number 1. It'll automatically put there as a subscript, plus b. That'll give you your linear regression. And you can see that, all right, my slope is about 19.2, and my y-intercept is about 676. So, okay. And then there's a couple other little things you can do to make this nice and pretty and get a nice graph. I do want your value of r squared here to be greater than 0.7. I'm not going to explain r squared in this class. It's a math class, not a statistics class. But if you want to know more about r squared, you can take my statistics class. In any case, what you can do after that is interpret this. So if x is the number of days that I've owned the car and y is the number of miles I have in the car, then each extra day I'm adding 19.2 miles to my car. And that's it. That's really what I'm looking for, is for you to give a voice to the numbers that this regression is telling you. If you had a different example, like this one is decades starting with 1900, each tick mark to the right on the x-axis is a new decade, so 1900, 1910, etc. Then on the y-axis, I've plotted the average temperature in Oakland County for each of those decades. Now, is this a perfect straight line relationship? No, it's far from it. But is it good enough for our purposes? Yeah. I said I wanted r squared to be at least 0.7, so we're okay there. And what you can then do, and what I'm going to ask you to do, is interpret that in terms of words. So each decade that you increase, the average temperature in Oakland County seems like it's increasing. And what's the exact relationship here, according to our regression line? Well, each decade, the average temperature goes up by about 0.28 degrees. Now, in and of itself, that doesn't prove global warming or anything like that. It's certainly consistent with that, but that's not really the point of this exercise. It's just to interpret this in words that relate to your problem. So that's what we're going to do. Put in your data, get those equations. Now, I am going to put you in some groups, and I want you to basically just look at each other's and see if you agree or disagree with the interpretation. So it's not much more than that. I don't know, is there any more detail that you want here from this right now? You should get starting on that. Look for some data that has at least 10 data points and that you can plot. And like I said, the instructions as to exactly how to create these plots are already there for you in the link on the assignment, but I'm hoping this is going to be pretty straightforward. It also is collaborative because you're going to look at each other's and say, yeah, okay, I agree with that, or I disagree with that, or that's interesting. Not a big thing. I want you to comment on your co-group assignments, but that's about it. So, thoughts or questions? All right.